Good morning, Christine. How are you today?
Good morning, Oz. I am doing well, as can be expected.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, Rhonda's out sick again today. Christine has graciously come in to help us out today. Hello, everybody who's in or not in the audience. I'm
not seeing anybody yet.
I'm not seeing anybody in there. That's okay, man.
No chatter's going on yet.
We'll survive.
They'll come in,
we'll
I'm
survive.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So anyway, how's things at your neck of the woods, and the natural progressive, the show? Tell us a little bit about your show last night, and then we'll get into our daily hot mess.
Well, yeah, we read a really great article and discussed it. It talked about the death of populism, and it was a really, really long article and intricate and really interesting. So it was very enlightening, and it showed how the oligarchs and all that are going to basically make us cry and whine to get our measly pittance jobs back, when the economy starts to open up again. And it was very good. I thought it was very good.
Well, that's great, and that is why you have that channel, is to talk about these things going into the next evolution of the human species and the planet, and how well we embrace that in order to save the planet. And that's why we love your show and so many other shows like yours out there. So, again, thank you for doing that program. And who are some of the people that you engage on your show? I know that there's the Green Report with Whitney Alex. Is that her name? Whitney?
Yeah, Whitney Alex.
And
Science Talk with Jim Massa. And Vegematic has come on a couple of times. And, oh my gosh, of course, you, the wonderful Oz.
Oh, boy.
On. Pat, the Batman fan. Many of you see him in the chats a lot. He has been on the show several times now, and he'll probably be on Monday with us. So, and Valhalla 5-6. So, people who have their own show, and we just get together and talk.
How about our friend
Humans in the audience?
Hi, Human. Good morning, Human. Welcome
morning,
to
Human.
our little show here this morning. I wanted to shout out to Black Bear News, and that's Kevin at Black Bear.
Human put up my YouTube description.
Ah, thank you.
Climate change discussions, expert interviews, occasional political opinions, and glimpses into my life. Live interactive interviews.
Yeah.
Exclamation point. Yeah. So thanks, Human.
Yeah.
He's always so good at doing that.
Yeah. One of my favorites that you always feature on your show is Kevin at Black Bear News, and
I've had him on a couple of times.
Yeah, and we've got who's the gentleman with the cat, the scientist?
Paul Beckwith.
Paul Beckwith, and you've got one coming up with
Derek Jensen.
Yes, I always enjoy those. So anyway, I guess we should get to our hot mess. We have Human here, so we have an audience. Thank you for coming, Human. And I think the sound's much improved today. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut to the chase and get right to it here with a little clip. I guess Warren endorsed Joe Biden yesterday, which was sickening and not surprising to say the least. Let me know if we've got sound on that today, if you'd be so kind, Christine.
The endorsements continue to roll in for one Joe Biden. Elizabeth Warren got on board yesterday, Saagar.
She did. While we were filming the show yesterday, she released this endorsement video with Joe Biden. Let's take a listen.
Empathy matters. And in this moment of crisis, it is more important than ever that the next president restores Americans' faith in good, effective government. Joe Biden has spent nearly his entire life in public service. He knows that a government run with integrity, competence, and heart will save lives and save livelihoods. And we can't afford to let Donald Trump continue to endanger the lives and livelihoods of every American. And that's why I'm proud to endorse Joe Biden as President of the United States. In 2009, President Obama put him in charge of leading the implementation of the historic Recovery Act to save our economy and help working families. During the recovery, and later when I worked in the White House setting up the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, I saw him up close, doing the work, getting in the weeds, never forgetting who we were all there to serve.
It's almost surreal to see Elizabeth Warren endorse Joe Biden for president and use the central part of it to praise his leadership during the 2009 financial recovery, of which she was the chief antagonist
from the left,
the Obama administration. And just to put it all in perspective, Ryan Lizza over at Politico had this great tweet which shows that, you know, Democrats are going to come together quickly, but I didn't think I would have imagined Elizabeth Warren releasing a pro-Biden video that includes a shot of him working alongside Tim Geithner, who was her chief foe in the administration at the time. It just shows you how far she has basically sacrificed so much of her original ideology, of her original principles, of the original things that made her an icon to many people who are anti-establishment. And this is who she has become. I mean, literally.
And that's who she's really become. I mean, I had to run around here for a barf bag again because I filled the other one up. So what's your take on that, Christine? How do you feel about that? Oh my gosh.
Okay, just listening to her sappy, oh, he's so wonderful and dedicated his life to public service. And yes, if the public is corporations and services filling his own pockets, that's what he did. So, and the warmongering, serving bombs to, bomb other countries with Obama.
Yeah, it was. I think it was at least as sickening as Obama's endorsement the day before, and truly, it's amazing and sad that when you bend the knee and you let the establishment have their way, like they did in this case, it's pretty depressing for especially the Sanders supporters, who are not a cult, who are basically were fighting for the issues, and that's why Bernie brought thousands and thousands out to his rallies, and Joe Biden couldn't fill up a locker room at a high school. So it's just terrible. I want to show you what an endorsement ad should really look like now, and this is from our friend Matt Orfalea. And this is an honest Joe Biden ad, not necessarily an endorsement, but an enlightening piece about him.
In here, your character is revealed.
I'm going to wrap this chain around your head.
But it's in life where your character is formed.
Look, poor kids are just as bright as white kids.
What you've overcome.
I'm like the token black or the token woman.
How you step up when the moment demands it.
You know the thing.
And what you do when the cameras are off.
See, I went to the big guys for the money.
Where you've led. What you've done.
Killed thousands of people.
And what you'll never stop working to do.
To prostitute myself.
Who you stand with.
Big money donors.
And who you fight for.
Biden spoke at a private fundraiser and told the big donors that under his presidency, no one's standard of living will change. Nothing will fundamentally change.
Character matters.
Lion, dog face, pony shoulder.
Maybe more here than anywhere.
You got the right candidate in Bernie. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message. Make sure you have the record player on at night. Anyway, my time's up. Look, here's the deal. It's my little sister, Valerie, and I'm Jill's husband. Oh, no, you switched on me. This is my wife. This is my sister. They switched on me. My name's Joe Biden. I got hairy legs, and I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate.
Your candidate might be better on, health care than Joe is. But you've got to swallow a little bit.
This is my wife.
It said.
Okay.
That pretty much says it all. But, because of the corporate media we have, and all the oligarchs, Biden is artificially built up as the stock market. He's propped up just like the stock market is, and it's not real. It's not populism. It's not the people. He never had that. He would never be able to get that. I think they're going to do a switcheroo at the convention is what I think they're going to do. And it will be online, so there won't be any protests outside like there was in 2016. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I'm hoping they do a switcheroo. At the convention, because at this point, I just about take any of them over Biden. Talk about it. I had an epiphany this morning. An epiphany. Well, it wasn't more intelligence, but the thought occurred to me that here's the establishment for the last year and a half. They've been throwing different candidates out there. Buttigieg and Warren, Kamala Harris. Yeah, I mean, it's just throwing Klobuchar. They're throwing. Okay, how about this one? How about this one? How about this one? How about this one? How about this one?
This one? Will this one be okay?
Yeah, will this one work? And then finally they said just before Super Tuesday, fine. We're going to give you the worst of the bunch. We're going to give you the one that's been in there in the first place, Joe Biden. And I'm going, really? Really? Is that what are you punishing us for not picking one of your other, tools? But yeah, that's how I look at it. To me, that's exactly what they did. And, here we are. Joe Biden has no chance of winning this election unless Donald Trump craters this, our economy and craters so bad on this. But here's my prediction. I think Trump is going to get some more money out to the public through forcing Congress to do what they should be doing in the first place with a $2,000 UBI to keep everything in a holding pattern instead of, waiting for everything to crash and magically fix everything at the last minute, because people are going to be losing their homes. They are all losing their health insurance. What's your feeling? I mean, isn't that kind of what you're getting?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't even know if they really, really have a plan. And maybe they were just knowing the stock market was going to crash eventually anyway. And right now it is up a little bit because all the big corporations got stimulus. And like humans, as most voters aren't dependent on the stock market. Only the little people aren't dependent on it. It's the big people. Well, except for their 401k. But, as their 401ks go in the trash, which is up right now. I mean, it's not like it's way down. Just wait a minute. It's going to dive again.
Yeah, it is. And the stock market, I know your portfolio is far and wide. Mine's, far and wide at the bottom of my toilet. But stock market anymore, we used to think, the Dow Jones Industrial back when I was a kid, and there are all these companies in there. But now it's basically, an energy market. It's the price of oil. And it's for the rich people. They came out with the 401k scam and everybody bought into that. And, every 10 years they get kneecapped and they got to start all over again. No, you got to stay in. I said, to hell with that. And I invested in property. It's a slower go, but, it proved to, help me out a little bit being able to own my own home. Because if I didn't own my own home, like a lot of people don't, I'd be screwed living on the street right now because I'm retired. And I don't have white privilege in the sense of anything except owning my own home. And I worked for that. That's my privilege, working my ass off for my own home, because I could have worked my ass off like all of us and still have a house payment at my age. Are you kidding me? So, I digress a little bit, but
you're pretty lucky there.
Yeah, I am lucky. I'm lucky because, and we've all had problems. We've all had failed relationships, at least most of us, I think. But we're in good relationships. It works well. So think about that, you younger people out there, at least in your 30s, that you want to really start thinking about the future. And I don't think the stock market's the place to invest, but who am I to say, unless you got billions. Invest in yourself, invest in, the dirt you stand on. Christine, you're out there in Utah and you guys are basically living on a piece of land out there. How do you like that lifestyle?
It's the best.
It's the best.
It makes you want to be quarantined.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It's like, please let me enjoy my place instead of working my ass off every day for a corporation to improve their bottom line and not really improving my life at all.
Absolutely.
So I don't care if I'm dead, broke, busted, as long as I can stay here. You know?
Well, that's what my wife says that all the time. It's money's not going to make you happy. Truly. And it might make things a little easier, but does it really make you happy? You have to have it to pay your bills. But again, I wouldn't trade where I'm at now. And I've had the nice house, I've had the nice car, and it really wasn't as important as having somebody to share life with, and to work through the times, the tough times, and the good times together. So that's what memories are made of.
Exactly. And when you're struggling, it makes your relationships either fall apart or it makes it stronger.
Yeah.
Human says physical investments are the best, and you're absolutely right. I mean, not like cars that depreciate, but things like homes that usually appreciate. Get
absolutely
more valuable over time.
Absolutely.
So,
and I appreciate our guest today, Human. Thank you for coming.
Yes.
And I always appreciate more folks in the house. But again, this is a daily show, and I don't expect everybody to stand at attention every time the Daily Dive comes on. But we're going to keep evolving.
I'll watch it in the replay.
Yeah, and those of you that couldn't hear Christine so well yesterday, I hope we fixed that for you.
Human said yes. The sound is good.
Oh, good. And I'm going to keep working on the sound because I am not the mix master that John is, but I'm getting better at it. I guess we should, let's see, it's 16 after, so I guess we should start on our television pick. We're going to do a binge watching pick today, and I don't know how many sci-fi fans we'll have watching this restream, but if you haven't seen The Expanse, as an old Heinlein fan or Carl Sagan fan or Star Trek fans even, John, Star Trek, Trekkies, The Expanse is really well written and well acted science fiction. It's deep science fiction, what they call. Have you seen this, Chris? You're not a science fiction person?
I'm not a big science fiction fan, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a Trekkie, when I was a kid. I watched Trek. I wasn't a Trekkie, really. I watched Star Trek, and I liked Star Trek.
Yeah, I did
both
too.
The old ones and the newer ones.
Yeah, I
learned how to do this.
Yeah,
live long and prosper.
God, my arthritis is so bad. I still have a hard time doing that anymore. But I can still do it a little bit. Not as good as Spock could, but again, if you like science fiction, The Expanse has got 3 seasons now, and it started originally on the Sci-Fi Channel. And it was very well received. I think it's got like a 7.8 on IMDb, which is only a metric, but I tend to trust the metric there because fans do most of the reviews. But again, if you like science fiction and an ongoing story, and it's not just cowboys and Indians, it's social, it's drama, it's a lot of stuff. But I'm going to run this clip right now. I hope you guys enjoy it. And again, watch The Expanse. It's really worthy of watching. The writing is intelligent, and that's really hard to find in this day and age.
Someday.
Earth, Mars, the belt, it's all bullshit. There shouldn't be any teams.
That's a beautiful dream, son. But in this world that we live in, you have to pick a side.
Stars are better off without us.
Earth and Mars have pushed themselves to the brink, and whenever that happens, Belters always lose.
Someone was testing a weapon.
It'll tilt the balance of power in favor of Mars.
Are we gonna just keep eating shit from Earth, or are we gonna take them out and end this?
There are people in my government who are willing to take us to the brink of annihilation.
It's treason. Are you scared?
I'm angry.
Whose side are you on? Whose side are you on?
None of us know what we're dealing with here.
I said this would happen.
Rocinante is ready to roll.
Bombs away.
I always wanted to say that.
Third in command of a crappy ice hauler, and now I'm leading a space station assault.
Who are we? NMC! NMC!
We are a go.
Whose side are you on?
There's so many similarities from society now. They just basically overlaid them on a science fiction platform. Again, the acting is great. They're not top actors, but their skills are better than most of the so-called
B movies.
yeah, they're excellent. And their acting is superior, in my opinion, to a lot of what we get in movies and everything else. And a side note on that, Jeff Bezos is the one that resurrected this because Sci-Fi canceled it after 2 seasons. And Bezos, as much as we may detest him, I think he's at least got some taste in literature and movies, but he can afford to do that too. Really nice. You can buy an actual miniseries, with the pocket change out of your dish next to your car keys. That's really Jeff Bezos. But
that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So at least we'll have a little entertainment going into the apocalypse. At least I hope so. Anyway, I guess we should go on to final comments and go to the outro. What today?
Barbara don't have such a hard name to say. Barbara Bartelson.
Hey, Barb. Oh, it's so nice, Barb. Oh, we love you, Barb. You're just such a great supporter, and Barb and I hope everybody. We're trying to evolve a daily show because the crap on television is not fun. It's not informing. It's a downer, and it's BS.
It's propaganda.
It's
nowadays.
propaganda.
That's all it is.
Social conditioning. That's all it is. Social conditioning.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm glad you're here, and I hope you watch the restream. We're keeping it well under 30 minutes today. And I do want to thank Christine, the Natural Progressive, and everybody tune into her show. You've got Monday Madness, you've got Women's Wednesday, and are you still evolving that Saturday program?
Yeah, I'm just waiting to get some supplies that I need for it.
Supplies. Okay, so what time Saturday, your time?
I don't know yet. I'm not doing it tomorrow.
Okay.
It'll probably be something I start next week. I'm honestly full-time focused on trying to get the disability I need to pay my bills.
There you go. There you go. And we hope you do get it because we want to help each other, not hinder each other like bull crap each other into doing something we don't want to.
Right.
I don't ask people how they're going to vote or who they're going to support in this general election because it's like whatever, now
what difference does it make at this point?
Yeah, I mean, so many people have TDS, which is Trump derangement syndrome, and I don't blame them, but don't let your lizard brain do the thinking for you because there have been so many.
I'm no fan of Trump.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't see where anything would change Biden. I'll say it again. I said this yesterday, I think, but Biden has never stood up for or stood against anything that Trump has done. He hasn't said, okay, I will undo this policy. I'll undo
side-by-side comparisons. Yeah. No, there's people say, well, at least Biden wouldn't pull out of Paris Climate Accords and Biden wouldn't do what this.
That was feckless anyway. That had no power to change.
They don't have teeth in it. Sure. Okay. So if that's why you're going to vote for Trump, because at least the other candidate wouldn't do this. What about Biden or what about any candidate is really going to do something for you? What about the Democratic Party? What have they done for the average poor, working poor over the last 3 decades? I submit nothing.
Barbara, okay, thanks for coming. She said she's going to watch it from the beginning.
Oh, that'd be great. Thank you, Barb.
Thank you so much.
Share and like if you can. Again, like I said, I'm going to keep going as long as I can doing this show, and I know we're going to have good days and bad. But as long as we have wonderful hosts like Christine and Rhonda and Amber and if you want to come on and be a host, I would gladly love to get behind the curtain and let you, along with Christine or Amber or Rhonda, do a show together. Just, sticking to the format we've got, talk about a political issue or an environmental issue first thing in the morning and have a entertainment segment and an outgo music. That's the format. That's it. And it's fun and we're about there. So thanks again, Barbara. And
human.
I didn't get it on the calendar, so Laura's going to scold me because I didn't put it on the calendar today. I'm going to go in and put it on the calendar. Hopefully she won't catch it. Oh, I just turned myself into the police again.
Oh no!
So there you go. And everything we referenced today's show, we hope is in the rundown. Hopefully Oz didn't mess it up. And again, thank you so much, Christine. And you won't be here tomorrow. You're busy tomorrow. Hopefully Rhonda will be back. And again, thank you again, everyone. And Christine, our outgoing song is going to be by Josh Kelley. It's a cover for Mandolin Rain by B. Hornsby. I really enjoyed this because it's really tough to hit some of the notes, and covers are always sketchy because, people like listening to the original so much. But I think this one is a little slower paced today. It's not a rock band, but I kind of liked it. So thanks again, Christine.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me, Hoss.
Okay, and here we go with Mandolin Rain by Josh Kelley.
All right, I want to do this. Oh, God. The song came and went like the times that we spent hiding out from the rain under the carnival tent. I laughed and she smiled. It would last for a while. You don't know what you got till you lose it all again. Listen to the Mandolin rain. Listen to the music on lake. Oh, listen to my heart break every time she runs away. Listen to the banjo wind, sad song drifting low. Listen to the tears roll down my face as she turns to go. A cool evening dance. Listen to the bluegrass band take the chill from the air till they play their last song. And I'll do my time, oh, keeping you off my mind. But there's moments that I find I'm not feeling so strong. Listen to the Mandolin rain. Listen to the music on lake. Oh, listen to my heart break every time she runs away. Listen to the banjo wind, sad song drifting low. Listen to the tears roll down my face as she turns to go. Running down by the lake shore, she did love the sound of summer storm. Played on a lake like a mandolin, now it's washing her away once again. Whoa, again. Whoa. The boat steaming in, I watch the side wheel spin, and I think about her when I hear that whistle blow. I can't change my mind, oh, I knew all the time that she'd go, but that's a choice I made long ago. Listen to the Mandolin rain, listen to the music on lake. Oh, listen to my heart break every time she runs away. Listen to the banjo wind, sad song drifting low. Listen to the tears roll down my face as she turns to go. As she turns to go. Oh, listen to my heart break every time she runs away. Listen to the banjo wind, sad song drifting low. Listen to the tears roll down my face as she turns to go.